Hello everyone, my name is Kunal and I'm a junior from India. So I've been a contributor in open source since my freshman year, which has helped me a lot in my journey. I'm currently an MLH coach for the APAC region, a GitHub campus expert, a CNCF ambassador. And I also started a community Code for Cause, which has grown to be like a few thousand students all over India and a few other countries. And I utilize that platform via conducting workshops, webinars, and events and podcasts and hackathons and all these things. So really excited to be here. I was first introduced to computer science when I was in high school in my 11th standard. So I was around 16 to 17 years of age. And the first language I started with was C++. But my major contributions in computer science and in the learning part were in my freshman year of college. So when I was in my freshman year, I was trying out various things. And I was trying out like various technologies and tools and just finding my passion basically. So there's this thing I really believe in, which is called the pie-shaped learning. So know everything about something and something about everything. So that's why I was exploring various domains. What got me interested was I was interested since my high school, watching in movies like people making cool things and having an idea and bringing that to reality. And the whole ecosystem of computer science and the coding culture, like startups, for example, and building on exciting products. And the thing that motivates me is that the code that I'm writing is actually being used by people around the world. That is something that I realized when I was contributing to large-scale open source projects. So when my first PR got merged, that feeling that I got was exactly the feeling that I was looking for when I opted for computer science. Challenges I faced during my initial years and like a few months when I first started out with college were actually the lack of guidance and proper mentorship and support, because not every college provides the right guidance in terms of because what you learn in college and the actual real world implementation and what all tools and technologies are being used in the real world, does not sort of correlate and does not come under the college curriculum, if you will, at least for my college. So I had to reach out outside of college, and that's where communities and open source comes in. So those are the challenges that I faced, like proper lack of guidance, because as a freshman, from a freshman's point of view, there were so many technologies in front of me. It was like web dev, mobile, machine learning, cloud, DevOps, blockchain, and so many other things. There was graphic designing, and I was like, which one should I actually contribute to? So that's when I found out about open source, and not just about learning, but also actually applying whatever you're learning. So that is one of the best things that I have realized while making my contributions in the open source world, is learning becomes much more efficient when you're actually learning in public, learning with other people, collaborating, and all of these things can be achieved via open source. So that lack of guidance and that lack of the proper roadmap, if you will, was solved by people in open source and community members. Attended a lot of events, joined a lot of communities like Microsoft student ambassador communities, campus experts, and MLH local events and all these things. Computer science is one of the most important fields. Everything around us, like we are bounded with a lot of tools and technologies that makes our life a lot easier, and not just specifically to software, but in many other hardware companies and research, for example, medical research. Computer science is being used extensively. So something that I have seen is the community is getting to be more inclusive. So one thing that I would share with my past self when I was in high school was, don't be overwhelmed to explore various fields of tech, because the best way to learn is to explore and to get hands-on experience. And it does not matter how big the project is, how complex the project is, if you're learning on the go, because being a beginner is a skill. It's like you're only a beginner once, and you only have that beginner's mindset once. For example, if you're talking about contributing documentation, if an experienced person is writing some docs or something, they might lose their focus in how a beginner might see this particular documentation. But if a beginner is writing that particular documentation from their point of view, or helping the other people write the documentation, they would be able to provide much more context with what is actually being required in the documentation so that the beginners can understand it. So if you're a beginner, don't worry. Learn on the go. The community is there to help you. The open source community, if you are contributing to any particular tech stack, you can find amazing open source projects for that. And one more way in which you can, learn about various things and get hands-on experience are hackathons. So computer science as a career is a great option. And the reason being, there's a lot of diversity. There's a lot of things you can do. Some things, like there are also things called like non-code contributions, which are very crucial and important in organizations. So the only way to actually figure out where your interests lie is trying out things and networking with a lot of people and learning from their experiences. Now, diversity is one of the most important things when we are talking about communities. People hailing from different cultural backgrounds, and it's like a necessity for the instrumental growth of the IT sector in this world, because people from various backgrounds sharing their ideas, that's what in practice that I also seen is a really amazing thing, even for the betterment of the entire company. So views and different ideas, they do matter. And it's just like human tendency to be a kind person, right? Giving everyone equal opportunity, because everyone deserves equal opportunities. So bridging that gap and providing people who might be underrepresented in tech, because they might be feeling like I am not welcomed here, and that is the sort of feeling we have to eliminate, because it's an inclusive community. Computer science as a whole, even like companies, and if you're talking about open source or communities or like hackathons events, college level events, university specific, hackathons, or anything, basically some workshop, webinar and conferences. That's why I've seen like many bigger conferences also have diversity scholarships and stuff. So it's very, very important, both for like the companies as well, the organizations as well, and for the individual people as well, because if they feel like they are underrepresented in tech, then people who are trying to help them, bridge the gap, like, no, you are not alone. We are here to help you. And there are so many resources for you to get started. We would love to hear your feedback. And one more thing, like regarding diversity, is like being inclusive, right? So things that if you're particularly running an event or at your company, for example, you should also focus on the needs of the particular people. You should also focus on what these particular people, if someone is from a particular background, what they might be requiring. A few examples for this can be like dietary restrictions. If someone is at your event and they have some dietary restrictions, so you can have like food labeled or things like that, special rooms for special people, and for like, let's say, who might be handicapped, or who might require some special support, with the transportation and event and like accommodation. So all these things come under like inclusion as well. But just to just point out one thing, it's just like lack of access. I believe that many people face, especially like sometimes students as well, because there's a thing called imposter syndrome. And I believe the best way to deal with imposter syndrome is take it in an optimistic way, because it does not mean that I don't know anything. Imposter syndrome means that I know something else and they are working on something else. So I believe that's a pretty good way to put it. And if you find yourself in a place where you don't know much about a lot of things and the community is inclusive, that's a good thing, because now you'll get to learn a lot and you'll also get to contribute. I believe this campaign by .tech Domains is really an important thing to do in the community, because we learn from others' experiences, right? We follow someone on social media. Why? Because we want to learn from their experiences. We want to see what they are doing, in their career, how they actually made it from one place to another place. That is how we relate to people. That is how we find mentors. And sharing these sorts of stories of how a specific community, or a bunch of communities, or open source, or a particular, thing that a particular person might be interested in has helped them in their particular career. So other people will watch it and other people will get inspired. They will try to network with these people. They'll try to reach out. They'll try to share it with other people, and they'll sort of like, follow the roadmap, get inspired. So I believe it's a very important step to raise awareness about diversity, inclusion, and the opportunities in tech, because most of the time the opportunities that are being lost, especially that I have seen in the communities that I am a part of, are because lack of awareness. So people are not able to apply because they don't know that such opportunities exist. So and also people find it difficult to find the right mentor, for example. So why are these campaigns sharing stories of amazing people and amazing communities? I believe it's a very great thing to do, and it's definitely going to help a lot of people get involved and get started in their career.